Mr. Alexander Reed was a self-made billionaire whose sprawling mansion in the city's most exclusive neighborhood screamed wealth. Imported cars lined the driveway, crystal chandeliers sparkled overhead, and the infinity pool overlooked manicured gardens that most people only saw in magazines. For over 8 years, Maria Gonzalez had been the quiet housekeeper who arrived every morning before dawn. She took 2 buses across town, polished marble floors until they gleamed, dusted priceless art, and kept the enormous house spotless. To Alexander, she was simply the help, someone he nodded to politely but rarely spoke with. He never looked her in the eye for more than a second. One morning, while tidying Alexander's private study, Maria noticed an old, slightly faded photograph that had slipped behind a bookshelf. She picked it up carefully. In the picture, a much younger Alexander stood proudly beside his mother, who wore a simple cleaning uniform identical to the one Maria wore every day. The woman's tired but warm smile was unmistakable. At that exact moment, Alexander walked in unexpectedly. Maria froze, clutching the photo, her heart racing. "I'm so sorry, sir," she stammered, ready for a sharp reprimand or worse. "I didn't mean to touch your things. It just fell." Alexander didn't raise his voice. He didn't snatch the photo away. Instead, he stood still, staring at the image in her hands. The room felt heavy with silence. After a long moment, he spoke quietly, his usual commanding tone gone. "That was my mother. She cleaned houses like this one for 30 years so I could go to school, so I could build something better. She never complained, never asked for anything. Everything I have." It started with her hands scrubbing floors. He looked up at Maria, really looked at her for the first time. "That's why your salary is 5 times higher than what any other housekeeper in this city earns. It's not because the house is so big. It's because I know exactly what it costs, every early morning, every long bus ride, every ache at the end of the day. I don't say much. I never have. But I see you. And I respect what you do more than you'll ever know." Maria's eyes filled with tears. All those years, she had thought he barely noticed her existence. Yet he had been watching quietly, honoring her work in the only way he knew how, through silent gratitude and fair pay. In that moment, she realized the truth. Sometimes the people who seem the coldest are the ones who understand our struggles the deepest. And often, the greatest respect comes without fanfare, without words, just quiet actions that speak louder than any speech. Life has a way of surprising us. The ones we least expect can be the ones who value us the most. If this touched you, feel free to say, "Amen," or share it with someone who needs to read it today. Heart.